Kia ora whānau. Welcome back to another early morning vlog. We'll get straight into it. Tidy up the mess that was last vlog. So last vlog I wasn't too sure where the heck I was. But over the last little wee while, we've worked it all out. So we'll go back to the beginning, right? So on the first occasion when I was staying in the bed and breakfast, right? So I'd done all my recon on that night. So on that night I reconned the Ascot Park, whatever that place is called, the Stratford. This is another one. So I've gone from Ascot Park. I remember now. I'll fill you back in. So we've gone from the Ascot Park. Screenshot again if I can remember to put it up. And then the plan was to go from Ascot Park through to Stratford or whatever that is, and then down to Ashgrove. So again, I had 3 planned for this night, but as I got to the Stratford one, I wasn't aware that there was nightfall in this particular supermarket, because it was who knows how they worked this out, but the Stratford one had nightfall, so that's just an instant abandon. You know, 10, 12 people working inside the store doing nightfall. Negative, no good whānau. We don't want to hurt people. That's not the name of the game. So yeah, we bypassed that one, and I carried on down to Ashgrove. That was that one with the ramp, and went to the left, and you know, in there I'll throw up some screenshots for you there. So that was those two on that particular night. Now we've come back on a third occasion now. You know, flying in and out from bloody Longreach or wherever the heck it was. So now, yeah, third night, we're staying in Toowong, however the heck you pronounce it. I've got a motel in Toowong. Tonight's planned another 3. We've got another 3 planned again tonight. We've got one planned in Kenmore, one planned in St Lucia, and one planned in Bracken Ridge. But again, you know, another you know, unexpected, you know, mishap for the first one in Kenmore, right? So we'll get straight to it. Kenmore, on this particular occasion, I think I had a white station wagon, a white Commodore station wagon. The reason I had a wagon was because the Kenmore one again was going to be a roof entry, so I need a ladder, so hide the ladder in a bloody station wagon. So anyway, we get to the Kenmore shopping centre. So this one again, because it's not a I could enter from the fire exit or whatever, but I don't know what the reason was. I can't remember what my rationale was, but the plan was go through the roof, and whatever it was, you know, take care of business. But anyway, I'll show you some screenshots. I was on the top of the roof. I've come through this, let's call it a fire exit that goes out onto the roof for some reason, or it's a maintenance porthole for, I don't know, who knows. There was a way to get onto the roof from the inside of the rear of the storage, you know, the drop-off depot, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, come down. As I come down, I must have been making a bit of a racket, you know, because I thought I was being quiet because I didn't realise there was anyone in there, but somebody must have heard something, because as I come down, one of the workers was he was creeping already, so he was already, you know, a little bit nervous that something wasn't quite right, and bang, as we've walked into each other, it was a, you know, instant, whānau, there was no doubt in my mind on this particular occasion anyway, that it was just turn around and walk out. That was not expected. I didn't plan for this man to be in here or any other man to be in there. So since that wasn't planned for, we just remove ourselves, get out of there. No need to cause trouble or make things any worse or whatever. Eh? So we got out of there. Kenmore was a no-go. So this time we don't need to go back to my motel, drop anything off. So we've just, you know, darted straight off to St Lucia now. I'll throw you up a bit of a screenshot of the St Lucia map. St Lucia's a Brisbane University suburb. So I was parked just down, there's another roundabout. I'll show you some screenshot where I was parked. And as I've walked up, right, so I've walked up with my duffel bag and, you know, my bag of tools. And just wow, this was, I don't know, I guess with my duffel bag and being a university suburb, I looked like a student, I guess, you know, probably would have had a hood on or at least the very least a cap, and walking with my bag, I probably just looked like a student. And where I'm going with this is police, cop car drove past. And if they had just pulled me over and you know, seen what I was packing in my bag, but there's no reason to pull me over, you know, there was no alerts, no crimes had happened, or, you know, so nothing. If there was something they were looking for and I fit the bill, I was in trouble. But on this particular occasion, they flew past, and I sat down on a bench. I'm pretty sure I got some screenshots. I'll throw them up for you where we are again. I sat on the bench, had a bit of a moment. Actually, I tell a lie. I probably would have hid my bag first to make sure that, you know, if they did come back past, my bag wasn't anywhere that could be attached to me. So I probably would have stashed that. So I can't remember, just telling yarns. And let's imagine sitting on that seat and, you know, just thanking my lucky stars. And then would have given them, you know, give them at least 5-10 minutes to get out of the area, you know, carry on with their you know, duties, because they got to carry on to all the other suburbs. And my job was to give them enough time. So if I give them 5 minutes to drive away, it takes them at least 5 minutes to drive back, maybe 3 if they're boosting, but there should be no reason for them to come back anyway. Anyway, regardless, boom, this St. Lucia Coles, bang, simple sliding door. You know, if yous know, I'm not encouraging to say. I've had a bit of a yarn with my son. He's not too happy with me. He thinks this mask is about me trying to hide stuff in that. But if we can get some of these views up, get some of the likes, we'll try and get this mask taken off just for my son. But to my son, I love you, my son, but I don't encourage bad behaviour, especially not in my children. So you making demands doesn't work like that, my boy. I love you and all, and I've got a love and a lot of respect for you, but we're going to do this properly, like men. You know, we'll clear that up anyway. This is another yarn. We're going to get to those yarns later, whānau. This is the personal whānau one. My son's really disappointed. You know, deadbeat dad, more or less black belt and shithousery, scumbaggery. Yeah, that's me, whānau. Wasn't present as a father for my boys, you know, my 2 times deportations and all that. Big yarn, whānau. I'm not scared of none of that. I'm glad my son touched base and we can start mending some of these bridges, because weak on my behalf. You're right, my boy. Not tough. You're not wrong. But anyway, we'll get back to Bracken Ridge. St. Lucia whānau. We've just left St. Lucia, off to Tūwong, dropped off another 20k. That my boy would have spent too, mind you, happily spending the money, my boy. Anyway, you better not be wearing any of that gold or the watches or anything either. Yeah, anyway, never mind. Yeah, so we dropped off the cash, off to Bracken Ridge. Few screenshots again on this particular occasion. So this is what I mean about so with these shopping centre Coles, right? So when you see the Ashgrove one, the Stratford one, the Ascot one, these all have like front doors that you can walk straight to from the footpath. But these shopping centre ones, they're usually hidden by one door, and then when you get into the shopping centre, walkways and stuff, there's another roller door. So that's just the hassle. If anything, you don't want to go through that way, because that's the high risk route. So, it was always, preferably we want to go through the exits or the roofs or the bloody roller doors, if that's whatever. You just want to go through one door or one roof or one wall or one door. That's the idea, whānau. No, that's not the idea. This is not the idea. If you want to ruin your family and be more or less a shit cunt like I have been, trying better to not be, yeah, this is the shit you get up to. But the idea of this all this shit is to prevent the next ones, people like my sons and other people's sons and daughters and all the rest of it. Anyway, that's what this channel is about. Hopefully we get there. I'll earn my way and just show you where I came from and some of the shit I had to go through. Because like I said, whānau, I come from the hood, and where I'm from, we're not expected to excel in any particular area. But hey, we're trying to do better. Anyway, Bracken Ridge whānau, we're back up there. So we've parked up at the back. Parked up in the back. I'll show you some screenshots again. The plan was to come through Jesus Christ, this one again too. So come through the back, right? So come through the back of this. I'll show you some screenshots. Come up this like steps onto a little platform through the fire escape. I think this particular one I had to snip the whole hinges off. I think I snipped all the hinges off, and I had to pull the whole door off on this particular one anyway. But anyway, we've ran through, and as I ran through, there was a man. I seen this fella. He was packing the bread. But as I ran through, we made eye contact for like a split second. But the moment I made eye contact, I pretended like I didn't see him. I saw him. I did see him, but I didn't gesture to him. I just pretended like I didn't see you, mate. Don't mind me is more or less what I was saying, because my target was like right there. So as I saw him, he was like, two aisles over in the bread, and my target was right there. So I just went boom, straight in there. And, like I said, we all know the count. If you don't know the count, it's a 3-minute count, roughly, 20K gone. So I've done my 3-minute count. To be honest, I don't recall looking back that way, and if that man was smart, he would have took off to the safest place he knew and just sat there and called the cops like he was meant to. Do his job. No need to be a hero. For all he knew, I had another 10 mates coming with me. He doesn't know either. So safest thing, whānau, is keep yourself safe. Don't get involved with fellas with masks on and all that carry on. You just mind your own business, and more often than not, if you just mind your own business, you'll be safe. Here you go. There it is again, whānau. There was another, it was planned another 3 again, it would have been 60K, just like last week's one that was a bit messy. Hopefully I've tidied that up for you. But that's another 40K. And I think what started happening here was, as I was working, right, I'm going bang, bang, and like, I don't know if you know the old match, lighting a match in the old World War days. Well, there was a rule, like this was a rule in Pentridge, right? With the matches, when you ever lit a match, the rule was you only lit 2 cigarettes, because the third one, you're dead. It was like ready, aim, fire. It was like, so like someone lit a match out in the dark, and someone was there with a sniper. This is the old yarns, the old officers tell us, because they were old, army veterans and stuff, and they got all the war stories. But they're, telling yarns like, anyway, just bloody prison yarns again. That's where all the tough cunts are, walking around with shanks all day long because they're so tough. Anyway, whānau. But I don't know what we're on. And I'm not trying to brag. If this is not a bragging carry on, this is, if anything, this is me saying my bad. I'm sorry, because shit, man, bloody hell. At the end of the day, I've done a lot of damage. And I've done it for years, and I got away with it for a long time. To be honest, I could go and get away with it still to this day. I could go and recruit a whole gang of youths and create a whole new bloody gang. But I'm going to actually try to create a new gang of youths, and we're going to try and, get the modi up. We're going to, get our people reconnected to where they're from. My son, this is where you're from. You're from here. Hey, a lot of people don't know where their ancestors are from, like the actual piece of land on this whole wide earth. They have no clue where their ancestors are from. My sons, your ancestors are from here. I can show you where your ancestors are from. Anytime you want to come, you come and catch up. I hope to tell you everything you don't know. I love you all, and I'm sorry, and I can't wait to catch up with you. Jagavin, especially that boy, my son. You don't even know. Anyway, Mauri ora whānau. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that double tap carry on. Definitely comment, even all the haters, get involved. Mauri ora whānau.